Come on, let's go, baby. The Birds are going to go into Atlanta, and they're going to get this W. What is going on, everyone? I am so fired up. I really am. I can't wait. Now, the game's at 8:20. It sucks because you have to wait all day tomorrow. You gotta sit through all the 1 o'clocks, all the 4 o'clocks. But it's nice to put your feet up, watch Red Zone, have that be the main focus, knowing that your squad is on prime time where the lights are shining, everyone's watching all over the world. It's fantastic to be the only game on. It just sucks that you have to sit there all day long waiting for it. But the anticipation is real, and I believe the Eagles will get that W. I also believe that I can help you out, because if you want to go to any football game now that the NFL season has started, if you want to go to any baseball game now that the stretch is really here, playoffs and the push for the wild card, if you want to go get hockey tickets, basketball tickets, I can give you $20 off by using the promo code BRODES. Let's talk about this Falcons defense real quick. Because under their coach, when you look at their run defense, not so good. Not so good. And I believe that the Eagles can use that to their advantage. 25th in the league, 28th in the league, 20th in the league, 30th in the league. Year after year, these are the numbers that the Falcons give you under their head coach in terms of stopping the run. They're not very good at it. They haven't been successful. We can abuse that. And the Vikings just did it. Kirk Cousins threw the ball, 10 times? The Minnesota Vikings abused their hole. That sounded a little funky. But you know what I'm saying. The Eagles can use the run game to their advantage. Now listen, they have so many weapons. I don't want to take away from what we can do in the passing game. I believe we should throw the ball more than 10 times. Let's not get out of control here. We can use the passing game more than the Vikings did, but you can also factor in our run game and use it to our advantage, because if we execute that, we should be able to handle this football game. These are the type of games that I hate to do this. I really do. I hate to take a step back and look at the season as a whole so early in the season, right? Because it's week 2. But these are the type of games that, to an extent, can solidify a division win or not. And what I mean by that is, clearly the Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys are going to be fighting for the top. Okay? This game is the difference between 12-4 and 11-5, or 11-5 and 10-6. These are the type of games. Going on the road and playing an Atlanta Falcons squad. I want to see this team take the next step. There are a lot of beat reporters, a lot of Eagles insiders that truly believe we are going to go into Atlanta and lose the football game. They don't think it's going to be a blowout. They don't think we're going to just get blown away. But they don't know. They don't think or know if we are going to go down to Atlanta and take the game. And I do. I do. We also have better talent in the trenches on both sides. That normally tells you who is going to win the game. That normally tells you the outcome. Who's winning the battle in the trenches. By far, our offensive line can handle that defensive front. I mean, without a doubt. But our defensive line had trouble against the Redskins. They should have been more effective. They weren't. And here's another opportunity against a truly banged up line. They're working on their second rotation guys because they're fighting through so many injuries on their offensive line. Do I believe our defensive front can be better than what they showed us in week 1 against the Redskins? Absolutely. Absolutely, without a doubt. Are they as good as the defensive lines in the past from the Eagles? No. And that's the disconnect right now. Everyone's saying, oh, the pressure is not as good as it once was. You're right, it's not. But it's still good. The depth isn't the same. which plays a factor, but we still have talent there, and we should still be able to destroy this banged-up Falcons offensive line. So not only can we abuse the run game for our advantage, we also can win both sides of the trenches. Well, to me, that seems like a big fat W. It comes down to what we are going to do defensively to these weapons that the Falcons have. Now, there's a possibility that the Falcons just flat out stink. It's possible. It's possible that they are only good enough to score 12 points a game. That's what they showed us in the first game. Keep in mind, they were on the road, and now they're at home, and you have some of their players saying, we want some big noise, and we want a lot of energy in that building. Probably because they know they need it, right? They need that type of boost to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. But this is the thing. We have the better talent. If we come out and play our game, if we come out and play like we did in the second half, we should be okay. We should be able to handle this team. It is a possibility that the Falcons are just bad. An 8-18, a 9-17. And is that bad? No, that's not bad. That's just an average football team. It's possible that they're an average football team. Because of their weapons, because of Matt Ryan, it shouldn't be that way, but it's just sort of how it's been over the last couple seasons. Ever since, it, and it being the Super Bowl, happened for the Atlanta squad. You're going to see the Falcons try and take away our long game. They're going to try and keep everything in front of them, and that's fine. But with underneath stuff, with Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard pounding the rock, with maybe even Darren Sproles again getting a lot of touches, and with our offensive line dominating and creating gaps for us and creating holes, we should be okay. It comes down to that. I'm confident that the Eagles can go in there and win. Is it an absolute lock? No, I'm not going to say that. The Falcons are going to make us earn this. But I think this Eagles team is determined. See, this isn't a game where the Eagles just came off of a dominating performance, so they might feel themselves a little bit. They might be smelling themselves a little bit. It's not to that extreme because the Eagles aren't satisfied with what happened against the Skins. I feel like they're still a little disappointed with how the first half played out. And on top of that, we know dating back to last year that they've had trouble with those scripted plays early in games. Well, there's still a chip on their shoulder to start a game off hot. And I bet you, I guarantee you, that Doug Peterson is drilling it in their head that they need to start out on top. They need to start out scoring. I wonder if we win the toss, if we elect to get the ball. Because we always defer, go ahead, we'll take it the second half. I wonder if to make a statement, to make this offense feel it a little bit, feel some pressure, but some good pressure from Doug Peterson. I wonder if he elects to say, give us the ball, go out there and score, and put this team in a position early in the game to take the lead. Put a good drive together. Let's get this scripted play set, and let's go out there and put up a touchdown or a field goal early. I wonder, because that's been a struggle of ours. But I'll tell you what, I'm excited. I'm so pumped. But it's a weird pump. Because it's almost as if it's a casual watch. I've never felt this comfortable watching the Eagles. And maybe this is different. Maybe once the kickoff starts for this game specifically, it'll be different because I know the Atlanta Falcons are a better team than the Washington Redskins. I was so comfortable with my feet up in the last game. I'm normally not like that. But it's a casual, pumped up, and a casual watch for me, and that's normally not how it goes for the Eagles. My anxiety goes through the roof. My heart doesn't stop beating. Well, it always beats, or else I wouldn't be here making videos screaming in my basement about Philadelphia sports, but you catch my drift. There's a few things that just stand out to me, and it comes down to the trenches and the run game, and the Falcons' poor run defense that plays a factor. But one thing, though, Carson Wentz hasn't been elite on the road. Here's a moment for him. Here's a moment for him to put this team underneath of him, for him to be the leader, and for him to go out there and put the Eagles in a position to win the game. Statistically, he hasn't been this leader in away games, and that's no knock on him. That's something you have to learn in this league. You don't just walk into a league and just win road games and demolish teams on the road all the time. You need to learn the atmosphere. You got to learn how to use the silent counts perfectly. It's a process. So let's see if Carson Wentz can take that next step in terms of being this beast and this threat on the road, which I think is a very big possibility. And lastly, if you follow the Eagles Twitter, you understand that they put out these insane hype videos, right? They're crazy. They give you the chills. They give you the goosebumps. You hear Merrill Reese on the call. You hear these great plays. You hear the broadcast. It's fantastic. And you really just get your juices flowing when you listen to these. The Falcons put up the most embarrassing hype video I have ever seen in my life. You have to go check it out on the Atlanta Falcons Twitter page. I couldn't believe it. I was laughing. I thought it was a sick joke, but it wasn't. They were serious about it. Wow, do they need help in terms of getting a good marketing team, on getting a good social media page, because that is a joke. I wouldn't even root for my team if they put out videos like that. Let me know your thoughts. This is the Eagles-Falcons hype video. I'm pumped up. You should be pumped up. We have some time to wait on Sunday because of the 8:20 game, but it's okay. All the eyes are on us, and I want it to be that way, and this team will win. I have faith this team will win. Doug Peterson will bring this team back to Philadelphia 2-0. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time.